So good evening, everyone. Well, I'm going to talk about interview questions, and the interview questions that I am going to discuss with you people today are not, prima facie the technical questions that are going to be answered, because technical questions, I think the technical experts would probably be the right people to answer it, and that requires a lot of other things added to it. But I'm going to be more focused on presenting yourself as a strong candidate where you have overcome the initial rounds of interview, and now you're sitting across the table discussing why and how you can be a part of the organization that you are appearing for the interview of. For example, let's say another Google or a Microsoft or a Meta, or maybe for that matter, let's talk even Amazons and Flipkarts of the world. And the most important thing when it comes to these interviews is, how do I prepare for these interviews? Well, I'm going to first go how to prepare, how to go pre the interview session, how to go before the interview session. How many of you have ever come across, or rather have faced jitters, butterflies in your stomach, nervousness whenever you came to know that you have an interview? Can I say this happens because somewhere we are not knowing what they are going to ask us in the interview? Am I right? Is that the fear of the unknown that makes us nervous? So they are the same jitters that you get, or rather, I can say, Jeffrey says, it's like the fear, what if we make it wrong? That's true. I would not deny that. That was my next question to ask. Selection for the job, okay. And somewhere, do you think it is your fear of failure as well? What if I fail? What if I lose the opportunity? What if I blow up on the last moment? Fear of missing the opportunity. Yeah, that's true. Fear of rejection. Wow. Thank you so much, Kumaraswamy. Yeah. Now, whenever we are in an interview, we feel all these fears, we feel these nervousness, we have sweaty palms, we have sweaty foreheads, even sitting in an air-conditioned room. We also have a lot of vibrations in our body going on. Sometimes out of the anxiety, we start tapping our feet, we start blinking our eyes. But why all this? Because we don't know what's coming for us. But what if I say, and I want this answer to be given by each one of you, what if I say, I can tell you before any interview that you will know 70% of the questions that will come to you. 70% of the questions in an interview that will be asked to you, I can predict it for you, and they will come to you. How does that sound as a proposition? Please go ahead. I'm curious. Oh, yes, I'll. That is really a curious thing. Then somewhat less. All right. Feel relaxed. We can confidently face the interview. Yes, I will let you know. Don't worry. I will definitely let you know. And why am I saying this? Because I'm not sure how many of you have ever realized this, but you yourself make your own question paper of the interview. Do you know that? Anyone surprised with my last statement? I make the question paper of my own interview. How? Well, I have the answer in the chat itself. Hemkant has absolutely hit the nail on its head. Is it the resume? Yes, it's your resume. So before you even think of the interview, think of your resumes. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just bring this to you very clearly. Oh, answering the first question, Adarsh, is a very later stage. Let's talk before even you have stepped into their offices. The biggest thing that you do with creating your question papers of an interview is your resume itself. And my God, I have loved reading resumes of people that I have recruited in my lifetime. Believe me, some of them gave me 147 questions to ask, and some of them gave me not even one good question. So what happened? I'll tell you what happens when you give 147 questions to an interviewer to ask, and what happens when there is not even one good question. When there is 147 good questions coming out of your resume, ladies and gentlemen, the best thing is you have to be confident that, okay, you ask me this and I'm answering it for sure. But if there is not one question coming out of your resume which is really suiting the needs of the recruiter, they are going to run their brains. And boy, oh boy, that is really a scenario no one wants to be in. Trust me, even as a recruiter, I don't want to be in a scenario where I don't control the questions that are asked to me. I seriously don't like when I don't have the control of the questions that are being asked to me. And who does? Nobody wants to be, paralyzed by the questions that are being thrown at you. Am I right? So how do you handle these questions? Or how do you make these questions? Well, let's look at this. By the time I'm talking to you people can open your resumes on your screens just besides this Zoom call and check your resume that from the top to bottom, how many power words are there in your resume? And I'm saying the word power words. Power words are words which relate to the job description directly, which would either relate to one of these three things: knowledge, skills, and attitudes required to be in the job. The keywords that would relate to the knowledge, skills, and attitude required to be in the job, they are power words. Pick up your own current profile and match with your resume. How many power words do you find? That's my simple question to you, right? Second, if you have never done this search, I would give you a simplified tool. I would say, please go to any resume assessment tool that is available on the internet, upload your resume over there and run a check. You will find the basic feedback being given even free of cost for most of the assessment tools on the internet. And they talk about power words in the free assessment only. Power words, you want an example of power verbs or words? Well, simple. Team player, leadership, risk taking, keen eye for detail, analytical skills, technical skills that directly relate to your job profile. All those things, they are power words. And believe me, these power words are very important. Why? Because when your resumes are picked by the HR to be read, they are not searching for, or they are not reading so many things that are written in your resume in full sentence format. They are scanning for the power words. Most welcome, Santosh. Yes, Prakhar, you're absolutely right. The questions will come from the interviewer related to the power words that you present, but only in the case where the power words relate to the job profile that you're applying for. I'll give you a very standing example. I'm an assistant professor in my full-time, profile. If I ever look at an assistant professor's job profile today, one of the most sought after power words for my designation is research. Research. It's very important for this day. And probably in the current scenario, wherever I would apply as an assistant professor, the first thing that they would look into my resume is research papers, research index value, how many papers are published in journals, etc., etc. So my power words are journals, research, H index, I index, all these things. These are my power words for my resume. Similarly, you will have power words for your resumes as well. Now, let's understand, how do you need to find what are the best power words suited for your profile? Do you want to know that? I'll give you the master formula of finding these. And then you can add them to your resume even if they are not there. Yes. What is the most loved or most popular search engine in the world? So we have to go to this most loved and popular search engine of the world, open the home page, go to the search bar and type top skills required for. This is going to be your starting of the sentence. Top skills required for. And then write the job designation that you are going to apply for. And press enter or press search. Or if you're doing it on the phone, you will get about 20 odd skills required for that job profile. A combination of your technical and non-technical skills both. And I can tell you, while I'm talking about resumes, this is not the only place where you're going to put your skill set to use. You're going to showcase these power verbs somewhere else as well. So LinkedIn definitely is one of the favorite search portals for recruiters, headhunters, people who are wanting to make a professional network for themselves. And believe me, nowadays, LinkedIn is one hell of a hot favorite for finding a good job. Trust me, works very well. So now I have to think where the power words need to be added on my resume as well as on LinkedIn. For LinkedIn, it's very simple. You add it to your skill set. Simple as that. There is a skill section for you. Add those power words over there. Simple as that. You can go to your teachers, professors, colleagues, ex-colleagues, etc., and tell them, please endorse me on LinkedIn. And the power words get ratings also. But in your resume, do you think you want to list it like a menu card? You want to list it like a menu card? Go ahead, do that. But then don't blame me. My resume is still not getting shortlisted. I'm still not getting good interviews. I'm still not able to crack the company that I want to crack. Because people are not just reading those power words. People are also assessing where you have mentioned that power word. Where? And that's a big question. Trust me, if I were you, I would really not, let that be going anywhere haywire. I would love to take each and every moment to add every power verb in a very systematic and organized manner in my certificates, extracurricular, co-curricular activities, my job experiences, my projects that I've undertaken, my appreciations that I would have got, because that's how people will read it. Section, work experience. How many months in the company? What all have you done? They read the fine print. They don't read the company's name. They don't read, probably your designation as well. They read what you have learned over there. Sushil, you're saying that I should put my resume and match the percentage, or HRs do that usually? Well, for HRs, I'll tell you, there are many sorts of ATSs, applicant tracking systems. Various companies have made various types of applicant tracking system, but the most common used one is keyword search. Sometimes skills accordingly with the percentages appear. And you need to understand some skills are very important for a profile, some are not very important, but you cannot still eliminate those skills out of your resume. That's also very carefully needed to be added. We can have an entire different set of resume writing workshop. I would love to help you people out to skill map your resume with the job profiles that you require. Probably we can have another session on that very soon. And for now, let's say you've got power verbs in your resume, and let's assume your resume is ready. Now your resume is shortlisted. You are given a test or maybe a quick technical interview by the company, and you have done a great job in it. Why? Because you are experienced, you've already worked on the floor, you've made a name for yourself, you have got recommendations from your seniors as well, maybe on your LinkedIn, maybe on your, they've checked your GitHub accounts, or they have checked your, social profile, professional profile, and they are very much impressed, and they put you in front of the HR and say, okay, let's talk how we can make you walk into our office. Swanky dialogue, right? Hi, let's talk and see how we can make you walk into our office. If someone gives that dialogue to me, trust me, I would have been floored with that one single dialogue. Isn't that true? Just imagine an HR asking you this question. I had goosebumps saying this, twice to you people. Just imagine the goosebumps you will have when you hear this thing from an HR, not from a trainer like me. That would be a different thing. You can relate? Yeah, that's nice, Shailesh. Thank you so much to say you can relate, because that's something that every candidate across an interview conversation wants to hear. And the best thing about interviews is the HR interviews, where I'm saying is they are not going to ask you about your technical skills. Ta-da! I just let the cat out of the bag. Your technical skills are not going to be asked. They're out of the table. They're off the table now. Just imagine you are a candidate and today I'm going to interview one of you and I suddenly say, okay, I'm not going to talk about your technical skill set or maybe your job related operational skill sets. Let's say hard skills. We can call them hard skills. So I'm not going to talk about your hard skills now. Let me know yourself. How many of you would suddenly feel lost? Okay, so let's do this small exercise. Very quickly, I would want all of you to write one unique word about you on the chat box immediately. Very nice. So this is the one word that you're going to tell someone if someone says, give me one word about you. So you're going to say explorer, calm-minded. Calm-minded are two words. Come on, you can say calm. Adaptive, creative, analytical. Okay. Enthusiastic, curious, team player, self-motivated, honest, progressive, smart worker, confidence, systematic planner, passionate, creative, player. What kind of a player, Kumar? Dedicated, generalized, resilient, explorer. Okay. Game, collaborative. Very nice. Great words. Now, if I have to tell you, okay, team player. Right. Okay, now if I tell you, and I'll give you about 30 seconds for this. Give me one sentence to introduce yourself. Just one sentence. All right. So I don't know. I can see all the things on the chat, but I would really like to say some of you have still added your technical skill set to it. Still added your technical skill set to it. When I say I want one sentence about you, means I am not talking about the work that you do. I'm talking about you as a human being, as a person. Some of you have given very good answers, very good answers. You know, where answers have come totally from something which is not related to your technicals, not related to your work profile. You're talking about your teamwork. You're talking about being caring. You're talking about goal orientation, focus. You're talking about visionaries, collaborative attitude, passion, everything. I'll give you a very simple thumb rule. And I say this is a thumb rule because I always believe in this. You cannot crack a conversational interview where your technical skills are not being discussed till the time that you have learned to present yourself interestingly and sell yourself convincingly. I repeat myself, you cannot crack a conversational interview without using your technical skills till the time you learn to present yourself interestingly and sell yourself convincingly. Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you for saying true to that. Okay, that's a good one, Javed. Well, thank you, Shailesh. Thank you. I'll ask you this question. Can someone give me the full form of data? Discrete, analog, or array? T, that is type, and A is accumulated. That's true. But I would always say for me that I've heard a very nice full form of data today itself, and I'll share it with you. It's double the action, double action, and triple awards. Double action, triple awards. D for double, A for action, T for triple, A for awards. Yeah, so Raju has already typed it. Double action, triple rewards. Now, why am I saying this and why did I bring this in this conversation is you have to think, is there something that you can open your conversation with in an interview which really hits the nerves of the interviewer and makes him or her interested in you to the core? Is there something like that? How do I chat for an interview with an HR? Well, you don't need to chat with them. They always talk to you. They usually don't chat. And you know why? Why am I saying this? Because the first 30 seconds of an interview make a lot of difference. And I'll tell you how this happens. Let's take today's example. So we had Maima introducing me and I was there on the video. If you people would have looked at the camera by then or probably would have been looking at the videos of both of us, there was one common thing. Were we making eye contact with you people? Did it seem like we are making eye contact? If someone had observed our faces? Yes, yes, yes. That's my first 10 seconds of impression creator. And I promise you, the next time you sit for a virtual interview, you open your camera, or rather the HR joins the video call and you're looking straight into the camera, not on the screen, and say, hi, good evening, how are you? You've clicked their mind for the first 10 seconds. You have their attention. Point one, check. Now, let's take it to the next 20 seconds now. How do I open the conversation with something that it intrigues the HR? Or it, brings them to connect with you instantly? Be very smart. I've seen people, whenever they are starting their introduction, hi, my name is this, I come across with so many years of work experience. And how does that affect me in an HR interview? That is the question mark that comes to the mind of the HR. I know your work experience. I know what you have done. You're already sitting in the last interview round. We have already liked you for so long for your work that you have done, for the experience that you carry. But now I want to know you as a human being. Who are you? Without these degrees, without these technical skills, without all these things of experience, this, that, etc., etc. Who are you? How do you come across to me as a person? How do you come across to me as a person? That's what I'm looking at. So this problem occurs with all the seasoned professionals, and I would say they are a little more, obsessed about the hard work that they have done. And it's okay to be obsessed till some extent, because I know we all have struggled our ways up. Someone is, 5 years experience, someone is 7, someone is 10, someone is 13, someone is, maybe 20 plus. But you don't need to throw your weight around in the conversation with years of experience, because that doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is what kind of a value proposition do you bring as a human being to them in that round. Very simple. HR is interested to know about you in those rounds, and all the major companies, let's talk about Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazons and Flipkarts of the world, when they are looking for you to be hired and there is a last round left in the conversation of interviews, they are not looking at any kind of technical skills. They are looking at, will you fit in the organization? And let me use the right word. All right. So we have Manoj here. He's a differently abled person. So whenever there is a differently abled person in the room, maybe for Manoj, like he's unable to hear. So for them, written questions are provided. But if you're not unable to speak, they also let you write the answer and give it to them. Okay. Even sign languages work. If the company is hiring people like, uh, the differently abled people or other people with any kind of special abilities, so they do have special interviewers for that as well. All right. As to how you can open the interview with someone who and make them interested, find what are the human values required for you to be successful in that job. Let's say it's a managerial position. What are the non-technical skills you require to be successful in a managerial position or a manager's designation? Let's quickly discuss. Emotional intelligence, okay. Empathy, teamwork, okay. Patience, all right. Team coordination, collab, knowledge. Knowledge, again, Deepika, that is technical, no? Let's keep knowledge aside. So tell me, if you are being interviewed for nowadays, other than IQ, HR is also checking SI, which is spiritual knowledge, spiritual index, spiritual intelligence, right? Yes, that's true, Santosh. You have hit a very important point, and I would also come back to that point. Um, Now, if you are being interviewed as a manager position candidate, and they say, okay, so tell me about yourself. That's the first question usually in an HR interview. How are you going to change? How are you going to rather formulate an answer for yourself? Hi, my name is this, and I've come with this many years of experience. No, I already said a no to that. Now you are out of that trick in your bag. What are you going to do? You are going to smartly, and I'm saying this again, listen to me carefully. You're going to smartly relate your job descriptions. You're going to smartly relate your job descriptions, non-technical skills to the answer. You're going to smartly relate your job descriptions, non-technical skills to your answer. That's the trick. All right. One example, let's do this. So I'm being hired for a technical team lead for maybe a customer service profile. So hi, my name is you don't even need to start with your name. They say, okay, tell me something about yourself. So thank you so much. I'm really happy that I'm sitting in this round with you. And when I'm talking about myself, I'd just like to say, as a person, I come across a human being who's very empathetic, who likes to create a win-win situation for anyone who's sitting across for a discussion with me. And I like to mentor and I like to create pathways for people to grow. I'm a team leader. I'm supposed to lead a team. So am I just supposed to lead the team and not make anybody else grow out of my team to be a team leader? No, I'm supposed to nurture talent as well. So I am looking forward to nurture talent so that they will replace me as a team leader and I'll grow as a manager. That's a smart way of saying the same thing. I am aggressive. I like to grow very fast, this, that, etc. Yes, that's true. You need to grow. That's a very good answer, Tushar. A happy-go-lucky person. But if you say a happy-go-lucky person, Tushar, this is my question to you. Don't you think that will give a little casual approach to the start of your answer? A happy-go-lucky. Because happy-go-lucky people are those who win and are happy, who don't win are still happy. Are you that kind of a person? Okay. So can you say that to a person who's hiring you? That, one project goes good, I'm very happy. The other doesn't go, I'm still happy. I'm so sorry, Tushar. But, sometimes when you are hiring someone as HR, and I'm an HR, you know, by training. So the HR inside me does not die. And it always says that, you got to think the craziest one. Okay. The craziest cross question should come. So I just gave you that. But usually I'll be very honest in answering you. The thing that the rest of your answer is beautiful. I'm very happy with that. But the first line, or the happy-go-lucky kind of thing, you can rather change it to I am a person who finds a way to step forward out of every situation. That gives a balanced approach. You were talking about balanced approach. So I am not stuck where I'm very happy. I'm not stuck into my sorrows as well. I learn to move forward. That's a balanced approach. You all must have heard of the statement, this too shall pass. How many of you have heard that? This too shall pass. Right? So this too shall pass. If you believe in that motto, it means you're a person who does not stop at any situation. You are just walking through life as it comes. You get happiness, you say, yeah, thank you. You move ahead. You get sorrows, you say, okay, you still move forward. Right? Sachin, for round one, I think round one, you are saying technical interviews. No, I don't think the introduction for technical interviews will be same as HR interviews. It will be different. For technical interviews, you are going to start hardcore in your technical skills. As a professional, I come across with skill sets like this. Name the top 5 skills of your resume and bring their attention over there so that the next technical question comes out of your strong area. That's how you do it. Okay, I'm a person with knowledge and a decade of experience. No. Knowledge, okay. Decade of experience, why are you throwing around weight? Why are you throwing around weight? Are you trying to show the HR that you have a lot of experience? Don't do that. Be humble. Be humble, no? Relax. I would still say I am a person with a good level of knowledge, and I believe in achieving the objectives that are set for my team and I. And I look forward to create a strong team that works together to achieve a goal set by them, creating a career pathway for each and every team member at the same time. That's what I can make out of your answer, Raju. And then I have Vikas writing an answer. I'm a curious mind weaving digital dreams, coding's my canvas, imagination meets reality. Let's explore together. Okay, that's quite an advertisement. I love it. But tell me, why have you brought coding into the HR round? Why is coding into the HR round? Coding is done. It's okay. You've already proven your coding skills in the previous rounds. You're through that. Talk something else, no? You can say if coding is your thrill, well then you are very good with numbers, Vikas. Are you? I don't know if Vikas is here or not right now, but yeah. So great. So you can talk something about playing with numbers. Can you? So that when you say I love to play with numbers, that instantly tells them a non-technical skill that you are extremely calculative with everything that is put to your eyes or brains to think upon. Isn't that a brownie point for you? After your master's, you started an Android startup. Well, that's nice. Now in 2024, I want to do a job to learn how to really work in the market. Well, that's right, Javed. So you have to impress the people who want to give a job to a person like you. And nobody is an exception to that. Neither am I, nor are you. Right? So you can tell, since you have had a startup, you can easily say, I believe that I'm a person who can say that I am a risk taker because I've had a startup in my past and I have had a few learnings out of my startup, some good, some really important. And then you can just go up and down on that. That's okay, Javed. That's fine. So those are learnings of life, right? So you can always talk about that. Why not? That's really important for you to talk about it. Right? Now, when we're talking about, can I say I'm a problem solver and the team player and I'm passionate about crafting? Um, well, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. I like that. I'm a person who would like to value each and everyone's point of view of viewing as of view as opinions lead to healthy functioning of company. Aditi, can I edit this a little bit by saying I'm a person who likes to consider everybody's point of view and then come down to a mutually agreeable solution for the healthy functioning of the organization. Why am I saying that? Why? Because if you are careful about other people's opinion, that's good. But if you're not bringing everybody to the same page out of the funnel method, doesn't help us. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'll give you my LinkedIn ID at the end of the this, people. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn and we can discuss this one-to-one. Otherwise, the session will keep stretching on and on. Let me just quickly tell you, you know, what are the skills that an employer would look into when they are sitting in the HR round with you. Can you see the diagram on your screen? It says knowledge, skills, and attitude. So knowledge is at the base of it. So that's uh, just something which is not going to be discussed in the HR round. The HR round is all about skills and attitude. Skills and attitude, nothing else. More about attitude as well. I won't even say skills. I'd say attitude is first thing. And non-technical skills like interpersonal skills, time management, reasoning, communication, goal setting, all these things. And let me just tell you the three most unwavering requirements of any corporate house. They are honesty, integrity, and enthusiasm. Honesty, integrity, and enthusiasm. Nothing else. ACE. What does ACE stand for? Attitude, communication. Okay. And E stands for enterprising. Very nice, Rakshita. That's a very nice one. Attitude, communication, enterprising. But let me tell you, I would like to add time management and interpersonal skills to it. So that's why I call it KSA. Knowledge, skills, attitude covers a bigger umbrella term. Can be putting a lot of things under it. So honesty, integrity, and enthusiasm is something that any company would really look forward in an employee. So if you can project yourself with these three classic values, uncompromisable values, along with that bringing things like creativity, optimism, cooperation, commitment, logical reasoning, impeccable time management, risk taking, goal setting, visionary attitude, philanthropist attitude, rather, I'd not even say visionary attitude, philanthropist attitude, companies would love you no matter what level of job you are looking at. Okay, I have a very interesting question. I'd like to take this question by Aditi. What is the exact answer expected when the interviewers ask, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Wow, that's a nice one, isn't it? How many of you are a little perplexed with this question? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What exactly enthusiasm means? Enthusiasm means, it means the craze to wake up on a day where you're not feeling like working and still coming to work and say, let's do it. Shraddha, most of us have given this answer at your place in our interviews. Maybe dummy interviews or real interviews, but we all have done that. Uh, but I'd simply say you have to tell them the plan that you have set for yourself. For example, if someone asks me, where do I see myself 5 years from now? I tell them in a 5-step approach. One, this is where I am. Okay, so my start, next 6 months or a year, I'll be here. By the next year, I have a milestone for myself. By the next year, this is my milestone. And by the 5th year, I look at myself here. And I give this answer as the safest place to be. I keep it focused on my skill set. Always talk about skill upgrade for the next 5 years that you have. Because trust me, if you have the skill, if you have the will, and if you have the ability to perform, promotions, appraisals, salary hikes, designations will automatically come out of it. Is that clear? Are we good on that understanding? Your skill, your will, and your ability to complete tasks automatically will lead to salary, designation, and every hike other that you require. You don't need anything more than that. All right. Next, a very nice thing that I would really want to cover again over here is skill upgrade, will, and abilities. That's very true. So talk about today I have this skill set and I have these things which are my strengths. Next, I'd like to improve myself in this manner. Talk about self-awareness. How do you want to self-improve in the next 5 years? That talks greatly about your self-awareness, because there is everyone in the world who can talk about their strengths, but there are very few in the world who can talk about their improvement areas. And I promise you, trust me, I'm saying this with a hand on my heart. I promise you that if you are able to do this with an interviewer in the interview, you are actually hitting the right nerves with them. Why? Because people love to hire professionals who are self-aware. And this is a time-proven fact. Time-proven fact. Well, Yash, I'll answer your question. What to talk besides resume? You don't need to talk anything besides resume. Trust me, you don't. What are the good questions to ask the HR or the interviewer? I'll come to that. But before that, I've already discussed this question with you. All right. One of the biggest trap questions that HRs do ask you in your HR round, because they want to see whether you are a bragging person or you're a humble person. Because people start bragging in this. What are your greatest achievements? Oh, my achievements. I am so happy to talk about it. This is what I want to talk about. But no, sorry. We're not asking you how you got a moment to show off. We are asking you, what legacy did you create for yourself? And when people talk about legacies, they don't brag. They humbly say that, oh, I was able to achieve this thing with the help of this, my team, my dad. I was able to improve this thing. I was able to overcome this problem. And they talk a lot of facts, figures, datas, and stories to tell. That's very important, right? Please keep this thing in mind. Next, what's unique about you? What's unique about you? Anybody? What's unique about you? Javed, HR would always try to hire someone low on the budget, because if the person backfires, at least the loss to the company is a little lower. That's why. But they give good hikes when they find a good person after they are done with their probation. I'm a multitasker. Wow, Kinjal, that is one hell of an answer. I've never been able to do that. I'm a switch tasker. So I can do one task, then switch in between to the other, then do the third, then do the fourth, then come back to the first immediately and complete that. That's called switch tasking. Are you sure all HRs are able to understand the right candidate? Well, I would say, I repeat myself again, if you're able to interest the HR, and you're able to sell yourself right, there is no one in the world who would not buy. You need to generate their interest. That's it. Sushil, HRs don't fool. HRs, they play smart with you because they have already found out that you're not compatible with the job profile. The word is compatibility. And even with the best technical skills, if you don't fit their personality compatibility, they will never hire you. Now, that's a dark side, and nobody talks about it. I will, because I want to give you the truth. The best of the technical minds will not be hired by any organization, be it a Microsoft or a Google or a Meta for that matter, if they don't find you fitting as a personality in their work environment. Because they don't want to make their people who are already on board uncomfortable. That would lead to attrition. So they would let you go even if you're the best technical mind that comes across to them. Right? On that note, let's move to the next question. What are the two biggest weaknesses that you have? This is a self-awareness question. Show them you're self-aware. Show them what you are doing to overcome this. You will always love to answer this question. I really look forward to answering this question in an interview, because I just love to talk about what I've discovered in myself new and how I can make it better. Right? Then, oh, I'm so sorry. There's a typo. Why should we hire you is the question. I've written what by mistake. Why should we hire you? Why should we hire you? So you don't just talk about your technical skills here. You talk about their work environment and how are you compatible with the work environment. Only then it completes the answer. All right. So just don't talk, I've got all the technical skills you required. I've got this, I've got that. I've got 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years of experience. Talk about I fit in your work environment because of these reasons. Most of your employees are like this. I am also like this. Well, according to my research, I found out that you are a company that works on this kind of structure. I love to work in that environment. You automatically fit the bill. So Shubham, you just don't have to talk about your weaknesses here. In the previous question, you have to tell them what you're doing to overcome them. That's self-awareness. Okay, I know I'm weak and I'm not doing anything about it. That means I am half aware, but I'm doing something about it to overcome that is complete self-awareness. Okay. Next. These are some most common job questions that Google has asked its candidates in the HR round. What is your favorite Google product? Microsoft also asks this question. Name 3 Microsoft products that you know, apart from Windows. Just imagine they've taken the most common answer out of you. Apart from Windows, give me 3 Microsoft products, right? So you have to be, yeah, thank you, Sushil. Power BI 1. Microsoft Excel 2. Yeah, MS Office, MS Outlook. Do you know Microsoft has heavily invested in ChatGPT as well? Yeah. One of the prime investors in ChatGPT, Microsoft. Absolutely. Azure, yeah, one of the best products. So now I hope we are a little bit at the understanding of how much, we all are um, in the need of making the right answers. Please don't go to chat gpts, please don't go to google or other websites to find answers to how to answer these questions. Create your own answers, because what might suit me as an answer will not suit you as an answer. I did not give you any answer. If you have just realized, I did not answer any question for you. Did I? No, but I corrected answers for you, because it's your answer. It's your presentation. It's you. And it has to be unique and should come out like a very natural, convicted answer. Very clear, confident answer that I believe in this. This is me. This is who I am. Only then people will, believe you, and they would love you for what you're presenting to them. All right.